Hello! Today we'll explore one of humanity's oldest questions. What exists beyond death? We say someone has died when their heart stops beating and breathing ceases. But does everything truly end at that moment? Scientific research is increasingly presenting astonishing possibilities. The definition of death and its questions. Medically, death is defined as the cessation of heartbeat and breathing, as well as the termination of brain activity. For thousands of years, humanity has tried to explain what comes after this moment through religion and philosophy, but recently, science has begun to challenge this mystery. Does consciousness completely disappear immediately after death? Or can our consciousness continue in some form? These questions are no longer merely philosophical discourse, but have become subjects of scientific investigation. Remarkable near-death experience research. Dr. Sam Parnia, a neuroscientist at the University of Southampton in the UK, conducted the Aware Awareness during resuscitation study across 15 hospitals worldwide. This research involved 2,060 cardiac arrest patients and examined their state of consciousness during CPR. The results showed that approximately 40% of survivors reported experiencing some form of consciousness after their hearts stopped. Even more surprising was that some patients could accurately describe their resuscitation process. One patient reported watching medical staff resuscitate them from a third-person perspective from the ceiling and accurately recalled the conversations of the medical team at that time. Such evidence that consciousness persists even when the heart stops raises fundamental questions about our understanding of death. The mystery of brain activity. Researchers at the University of Michigan artificially stopped the hearts of rats and measured their brain activity. They discovered an explosive increase in gamma waves in the brain for 30 seconds after cardiac arrest. These gamma waves are brain waves associated with conscious cognition, showing that the brain actually becomes more active after the heart stops. In 2017, researchers at Western Ontario University in Canada found delta waves recorded for up to 10 minutes after death was declared in 4 patients who died from cardiac arrest. This suggests that some brain activity may continue even after clinical death. Quantum consciousness theory. British physicist Roger Penrose and American anesthesiologist Stuart Hameroff proposed the quantum consciousness theory. According to this theory, consciousness is related to quantum phenomena, occurring in microtubules, structures within brain cells. They suggest that while consciousness depends on the physical brain, it may exist in the universe as a form of quantum information even after death. This is an attempt to explain the possibility of consciousness persisting after death from a physics perspective. Though it is not yet widely accepted in the scientific community, various perspectives on the afterlife. Dr. Kevin Nelson, a neurologist at NYU Langone Medical Center, explains near-death experiences as hallucinations caused by oxygen deprivation in the brain. He argues that a brain state similar to REM sleep, the dreaming stage, can occur at the moment of death. In contrast, Dr. Pim van Lommel, a Dutch cardiologist after studying over 2,000 cardiac arrest survivors, argues that near-death experiences cannot be explained simply by oxygen deprivation or drug side effects. He suggests the possibility that consciousness cannot be fully explained by brain activity, controversies, and limitations. Despite these studies, many scientists remain skeptical. Many neuroscientists explain near-death experiences as survival mechanisms of the dying brain. Oxygen deprivation, the release of endogenous opioid substances, and psychological responses to fear could create these experiences. There are also criticisms regarding research methodology. Near-death experience research mostly relies on retrospective testimonies, which can be influenced by memory distortion or cultural expectations. Direction of future research. Currently, various research institutions worldwide are studying the relationship between consciousness and death, using more objective methods. For example, the University of Sussex in the UK is conducting research, combining AI and brain scan technology to analyze brain activity during the dying process more precisely. Additionally, the combination of quantum biology and consciousness research is expected to provide more insights in the future. Conclusion. There is still no conclusive evidence that can perfectly prove or disprove the continuation of consciousness after death. However, recent studies show that death may be a more complex process than we thought. Perhaps death is not an end, but a transition to another form of consciousness. Or it could simply be the brain's final activity. Either way, Science is slowly approaching this mystery. That's it for today's video. What do you think? Please leave your thoughts about the afterlife in the comments. Thank you for watching.